Ikumi, one of the artists behind Tokyo Mew Mew, has sadly passed away at the age of 41 on March 7. Hello everyone, my name is Lil and I am a very big Magical Girl fan. I usually talk about Precure here on my channel, Magical Cinnamon, but I talk a lot about other Magical Girls too. And I am a very big Tokyo Mew Mew fan, so the news of Ikumi's passing has taken me by surprise. A very, very sad surprise. So I wanted to take a little time and record this video as a little homage to Tokyo Mew Mew and to Ikumi's art, while also sharing my own experience with Tokyo Mew Mew and how it shaped me into being the Magical Girl fan I am today. This show has had a big impact on me as a Magical Girl fan, and I want to tell a little bit about my story with Tokyo Mew Mew. But before, we have to acknowledge how big Tokyo Mew Mew is. It is an anime, a manga, a piece of work that has really impacted the media as a whole. It started as a manga, it became an anime, it got 2 sequels, a spin-off, games, and tons of merchandises, and even adaptations. This year, we're going to have a new Tokyo Mew Mew. Tokyo Mew Mew New, a new version of the Tokyo Mew Mew anime, is going to debut in July. We'll talk more about that later. But I want to go back into the 90s, which was when I started to know about what anime is. And I started my journey with Magical Girls with Magic Knight Rayearth. I was a very young kid when this show started airing on Brazilian television, and Brazilian here is very important because when I was a kid there was no internet, there was no computer at home, so I had to rely on television for all of my hobbies while watching things. So everything that was aired here kind of impacted me. So the first show that I ended up watching as a Magical Girl show was Magic Knight Rayearth, which I still love until nowadays. But I didn't know what a Magical Girl was at that time. Actually, I don't think I even knew what anime was. I only got to know what Magical Girls were when Sailor Moon came for the second time here in Brazil, airing on Cartoon Network with Sailor Moon R. After Sailor Moon R, all the other seasons of Sailor Moon came, and I became the biggest Sailor Moon fan, at least from my city, I think, at the time. And I think that I started becoming a Magical Girl fan. And together with Sailor Moon, we had Cardcaptor Sakura. So that was a double daily dose of amazing Magical Girls. So I was just insane about those 2 shows. After that, other Magical Girl shows came to Brazil, like Corrector Yui, Super Pig / Tom de Booting, or Super Doll Licca-chan. I like those titles too, but not as much as Sailor Moon or Cardcaptor Sakura. And then, the internet era kind of started to begin, at least here in Brazil, and we got a computer at home, we got internet at home. And if you were a kid, a Brazilian kid in the 90s, and you had internet at home, you probably remember that era of the internet that we used to connect to the internet with our phone lines. And if you were connected to the internet, no one could call your house. And the internet was extremely slow. So I was not able to watch or download anime at that time. But technology evolved very fast, and we were able to get a faster internet connection without being connected to the phone lines of our homes, and the internet connections became faster. And with that, I started looking into anime and anime forums and everything. And I remember one day, a person in a forum used the nickname Momomia Ichigo, and the picture, her avatar, was Ichigo herself. When I saw that, I found that so beautiful and so powerful. Loved that pink hair and colorful design. And I was like, what is this? I have never heard of this show? What is going on? And then I discovered Tokyo Mew Mew. I don't know if Tokyo Mew Mew was airing in Japan at the time. I was young and I didn't know how to watch it. At the time, all I knew was that anime aired on television. And I didn't even know that fan subs existed at the time. But then I started getting a little older and I discovered fan subs. And I was able to download certain random Tokyo Mew Mew episodes. And I still remember episode 16, which was a lettuce episode, which became an instant favorite of mine. And I watched that episode so many times. And after a while, a friend of mine asked a person from our city who was more keen on technology to download all episodes and burn them on a DVD for us. And that was when we were able to watch the whole 52 episode Tokyo Mew Mew anime. And I fell in love with that work. It was awesome. The characters had so much personality. There was so much color. There was so much life in that show. And one of the things that now looking back, I think that impacted me the most was the fact that it was the first time that I have gone after a magical girl show that I have discovered on the internet. I didn't watch it on television. I went after it myself. I discovered it. So I felt so happy. And that experience has led me to discover so many other magical girl shows. And I really expanded my own knowledge and my own fangirl that I had and that I still have inside me when it comes to magical girls. I really, really love Tokyo Mew Mew. And Ikumi had a crucial role in this show. She was the manga artist of Tokyo Mew Mew, while Reiko Yoshida was the writer of the show. So the two of them, both Reiko and Mia, came together for Tokyo Mew Mew, and Mia created all the artistic part of the show, of the manga. She drew it all. And look, I love her design. She puts so much life, so much color, and so much personality into all of those characters that they, up until today, feel very fresh. Ikumi has recently updated the designs with Tokyo Mew Mew Return, which is a second sequel of the Tokyo Mew Mew manga. This design is being used now for the new Tokyo Mew Mew anime that is going to debut later this year. Going back in time a little more, I was browsing TV stations when I was younger, but I was a little older at that time already, and I saw Tokyo Mew Mew on my TV. I was very confused with that. Brazilian voice acting. I didn't know what was going on, but started paying attention, and the names didn't make any sense to me. And then I discovered that Tokyo Mew Mew got an adaptation for the Western audience called Mew Mew Power, or our Brazilian version, as Super Gatinhas, which translates to the Super Kittens. Yes, that is the Brazilian name Tokyo Mew Mew got. But there were so many changes, as in story, voice acting, background music, that it didn't feel the same Tokyo Mew Mew I fell in love with. So I kind of ignored the existence of Mew Mew Power, even though the opening song kind of slaps. But that was not only a bad thing. I mean, it was a bad thing for me, but it kind of created a fandom of the show here in Brazil that led to the manga being published here. And since I am a very big Tokyo Mew Mew fan, I obviously got it when it was being published. And I was able to read it, I was able to indulge myself into this gorgeous story and fall in love with it once more. Tokyo Mew Mew is so charming, it's so special, it really has a strong place close to my heart. And this artwork is extremely beautiful. Ikumi really has impacted a whole generation of mangakas and artists all around the world with her amazing artwork. And now we are getting close to the new anime release. And as we knew, Mia herself was supervising the new show being made. And now it feels like this show has the honor of carrying her legacy onwards. It's nice to remember when this show was first announced. We had a new drawing of Mia herself, and she drew the 5 girls in their waitresses' costumes. A very, very cute drawing she did. And she was very happy with the new show as well. So I feel like this anime will really carry on her legacy to a new generation of fans. Old fans will be able to enjoy it like me. I'm pretty sure this is going to be amazing. I'm going to be very happy with this show, but there are definitely new fans that are going to be captivated by this gorgeous story that is Tokyo Mew Mew. If you haven't read or watched it, don't miss this opportunity. Now might be a good time for you to indulge into this amazing story. Read the manga if you can, watch the anime if you can, or wait for the new show if you can, because that's not a sequel, it's gonna be kind of a reboot, a retelling of the original manga. So you don't need to read the manga, you don't need to watch the old anime, you can just jump in directly into this new show. And as I was saying before, I felt very sad with the news. And I feel like there is nothing good to take out of this because Mia was very young. And I feel like there was still a lot she could have brought to Tokyo Mew Mew. It wasn't that long ago that Tokyo Mew Mew Return was published. And who knows, in the future we might have had more. But the time she was here as an artist left an impact and will live, sorry, English is not my first language. It will live forever with us Magical Girl fans and with all Tokyo Mew Mew fans. We will never forget what she has given us. This piece of work right here is legendary, and we will always remember you, Mia, as the amazing artist who drew this lovely story for us. I think that we have to be very thankful for you to bring this to life and to give us the opportunity of enjoying the amazing world of Tokyo Mew Mew. Thank you very much for everything you've done to us. You will be forever remembered, and we are all very thankful for your hard and amazing work.